Good morning, Greyhounds.
Today on CHTV, we will cover the 2024 presidential election, recent Carmel sports tournaments, the fall play, and more.
Be sure to tune in now. Good morning, Greyhounds. I'm Jonathan Aiken.
And I'm Alina Kaplan. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, but it's not just any day.
Today's Election Day.
However, we are currently filming this on Friday, November 1st, so we are not up to date on any results. As we mentioned in our last show, the candidates for this year's election are former President Donald Trump and current Vice President Kamala Harris. It's looking like it's going to be a tight race.
As Election Day approaches, both candidates have been pushing on the last legs of their campaigns. Trump stopped in Albuquerque and Henderson, while Harris focused her efforts in Phoenix, Reno, and Las Vegas.
Throughout their campaigns, both candidates have made it clear what their visions are for the country if they are elected. Harris is focused on fighting for women's rights and middle-class support, while Trump is focused on immigration and economic issues.
If you're eligible to vote this year and have not yet, make sure you do today. Every vote counts.
We will touch back on the election a little later, but for now, let's head into entertainment with Sophie and Sophia.
Thanks, Jonathan and Alina. What's up, Greyhounds? I'm Sophie Lewis.
And I'm Sophia Selzo, and we are back with a short but sweet entertainment segment this week for you guys.
Last show, we gave you some information on the fall play, A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Tickets are still available at carmeldrama.org, but the seating is general admission, so if you want to get good seats, you might have to get there a little earlier.
For some more information on the show, let's watch a short promo video made by our CHTV's very own Kate Ronco.
My name is Paige Murray. I'm a senior and I play Oberon in The Midsummer Night's Dream. It is a play by William Shakespeare. It normally takes place in the forest, but we're actually having it in the circus. And basically it goes through a wealthy family is trying to set up an arranged marriage, but two of the male lovers fall in love with the same girl, so they run off to the circus. It's a whole bunch of chaos. My favorite part about being in this show and being in theater is I have loved Shakespeare for a long time, and so getting to experience it with all of my friends is such a fun experience, and then being able to take a classic show and revamp it in a new way is such an interesting process and a fun way to look at theater. A Midsummer Night's Dream is happening November 7th through the 9th in the Dale E. Graham Auditorium. Tickets are on carmeldrama.org.
Thanks, Kate. Unfortunately, we won't be able to sit in the audience and watch the show.
That's because we're in it. So come out and support your favorite entertainment anchors, Greyhounds.
Though Common App season has been kind of stressful with trying to memorize lines from a show.
Hopefully, all seniors that wanted to participate in the early action deadline submitted their applications last Friday.
But don't worry, Greyhounds. Second early action and regular decision deadlines happen all the way until spring.
Let's watch a big question that we filmed where we asked seniors what a big misconception they had about senior year was.
And then our sports anchors will take it over from there. So have a great rest of your week, Greyhounds.
What's up, Greyhounds? I'm entertainment anchor Sophie Lewis, and I was curious to see what seniors at Carmel High School thought was their biggest misconception about senior year. Let's see what they had to say.
That I thought it was going to be easy and that I was going to do well.
I think my biggest conception or misconception was that the Common App would be a lot more harder to fill out than it actually was, because I liked how it gave you check marks, because it was just really easy to work through and it wasn't as stressful as I initially expected.
For me, I thought that senioritis wasn't going to be real, but it very much is.
Yeah, so a misconception I had about senior year was that a lot of people told me it was going to be easier, and while that is certainly true if you schedule your schedule that way, I'm taking 7 full weight courses, so that hasn't really been the case for me, so I've had to make sure that I've stayed focused the entire year.
A misconception that I had was that junior year was more stressful than senior year. I definitely think senior year is way more stressful because you have all your classes, and personally my classes I think are harder / more stressful than junior year, but also just on top of that all your college apps and thinking what you want to do for the rest of your life, that's so stressful.
A misconception I had about senior year is that it'd be easier, but realistically your fall semester is the last thing that colleges get on your transcript, so you have to work harder.
I thought that senioritis wasn't a real thing.
What's up, Carmel? Carter Hadley here with another sports update. We're filming on Friday, November 1st, so all scores may not be up to date. This past Friday, the Carmel football team took on Zionsville on a sectional matchup. The Hounds finished the regular season with 3-6 record, and Zionsville also finished with 3-6 record. This led for a big back-and-forth matchup. Also taking place in postseason action was the boys and girls cross-country teams who ran at state this past Saturday. If you want a deeper look into that team, go to their Instagram at CarmelHoundsXC. That's all I have for your Carmel Sports Update now. Let's head to Nina with a fall sports update, and then Eli with some pro sports.
Thank you, Nina, for that great recap. In professional sports, the Indianapolis Colts were 4-4 before going into their primetime matchup against the Vikings Sunday night. The Major League Baseball season is over as the World Series has concluded. In Game 1, Dodgers first baseman Freddie Freeman hit a walk-off grand slam to take the game away from the Yankees. The Dodgers then continued strong, winning Games 2 and 3 as well before the Yankees scored 11 runs in Game 4. In Game 5, the Dodgers came back down 5-0 going into the 5th inning and ultimately won Game 5, making the Dodgers world champions. Now we'll take a look at Carmel Hockey Hard Knocks trailer, then go back to Jonathan and Alina.
Thanks for all the sports update, guys.
Before we sign off, we just want to remind students and staff that are eligible to vote that voting closes tonight at 6 p.m. Be sure you have your ID and proof of registration ready.
And that's all we have for news today, Carmel.
And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel at CHTV Carmel Television and our Instagram at Carmel TV.
This has been Jonathan Aiken
and Alina Kaplan.
Have an electric election day, Greyhounds.